The first time Emma pressed her face against the cold glass window and watched the rain trace broken trails downward, she realized the only thing greater than the storm outside was the storm inside her heart. She had watched her dreams unravel, and in that moment she vowed not to let them slip away entirely. Emma had grown up in a small town where everyone assumed your fate was set the moment you stepped into first grade. For her, that means joining the family business, working 9 to 5, maybe half wishing for something else, then quiet resignation. But she didn't want that. From early on, she loved painting, felt the surge of color on canvas, believed art could express what she couldn't say aloud. Her best friend Jonah believed in that too. He'd always say, "Emma, your brush knows what your heart hides." When they were children, they painted on sidewalks using chalk, and in those moments they felt infinite. Years passed, and Emma and Jonah drifted. Jonah moved to the city to study graphic design. Emma stayed back, working at the local store, paying bills, painting in secret at night. She'd promised Jonah once they'd open a gallery together, but the promise lived in a drawer. Then tragedy struck. Emma's father fell ill, the medical bills rose, and the store turned from steady income into struggling. Emma's nights shifted from painting to worrying. One morning, she discovered her father's old tools rusting in the workshop, the store's roof leaking, the light in his eyes dimming. She realized, dreams can wait, but time can't. Jonah returned for a weekend, greeted by boxes of canvases stacked in the corner of Emma's small bedroom. "You're still doing this," he said quietly, carefully stepping between the piles. She nodded, sheepishly. "I had to." She looked away. But Jonah's gaze didn't judge, it encouraged. He told her about how he tried to break into the design world in the city, how the competition was brutal, how he'd almost given up. "But I kept thinking of our sidewalk art," he said. "We were fearless then." That weekend changed something for Emma. Together they decided, let's do that gallery. Emma would paint, Jonah would manage the show. But organizing an art exhibition in a small town meant challenges they hadn't foreseen. They found an old warehouse with peeling paint and broken windows, perfect raw canvas for their vision, but raising funds to fix it was a mountain. Family thought they were foolish. Emma's father asked if she was giving up something stable for nonsense. Emma's confidence wavered. Every day after work she'd return to the warehouse, brush in hand, wiping dust, priming walls, fighting fatigue. Jonah juggled remote freelance gigs and late nights designing invites, promotion, social media. The town snickered a little, those kids dreaming big again. Then one setback after another, a rainstorm flooded the warehouse floor, ruining some of Emma's freshly finished large canvases. The landlord threatened to evict them for lack of